Ragash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How you doing? Did you pull during this double chance sacred event? Go ahead and let me know if you got anybody good, if you did. And if you want to see a guide on any of these champions, I'll be happy to provide, hey, maybe here on the main channel, or maybe on my new Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guide channel, where it's our goal to review every champion, every legendary, every epic, and every rare champion. I'll have a link for the in the show notes below for you guys. I'm in a mood today, boys and girls, so get ready for some super over-the-top, ridiculous reactions. We're also going to go ahead and give $100 to charity for every legendary that we pull in today's video. We're going to go ahead and give to one of my favorite causes in the world. It is Against Malaria Foundation, providing assistance, mosquito nets, insecticide nets for the sub-Saharan African region, where over 400,000 people die a year to a preventable disease in malaria. So let's go ahead and raise some money. I think to save a life, it's around $1.50 to get an insecticide mosquito net. So would encourage you guys, if you can afford to do so, to go ahead and consider making a small donation as well. I'll have that link for you guys as well in the show notes below. All right, guys, let's do this. We have 27 sacred shards. We have a whopping 12% to pull a legendary. That's 3 Legos by my math. Let's see. Let's start out with an epic, and then let's go do a Lego, okay?
Yeah.
Elijah, I love Elijah. I did a champion guide on her recently. We get a full depletion of targets turn meter on the A2, and then we get a very hard-hitting A3, Righteous Evocation. Go ahead and check out that champion guide in case you missed it here on the main channel on that one. This is not a legendary. This is a Jingle Hunter. Jingle Hunter I'm still not a fan of, man, but he does have the freeze on a 3-turn cooldown, I guess, maybe. Well, how many hits on the 2-time hitter with decreased speed on the A1? You could use him maybe for Fire Knight hard now with the freeze and the decreased speed, I guess. Probably worse champions out there. Kenichi, I kind of like the aesthetic on this champion, but let's keep moving on here, man. Where's my legendary? Let's start out with the Lego. Get the people what they came for, Raid Gods. It's the 4th anniversary. Let's celebrate today, man.
Oh, okay.
Cage Breaker, no. I will review some of these kits, some of my faves, but give me something good here. Maybe a Calvalax? I think Calvalax is still my most wanted non-legendary, non-void, excuse me. We got a Provoke on the A1, 50% chance Provoke on Flash of Guilt. This is Endalia. On the A2, Elegant Disarm. We have a 3-turn cooldown, AoE, decreased attack, 100% land rate when booked, HP-based champion. And then we have a passive, excuse me, Outplayed. Counterattacks when attacked by enemies under decrease attack, leading to more provokes. Accuracy on all battles by 40. I would say she's a C+ champion. It pretty much reflects the ratings. You don't always get that. You never know what you're going to get when you click on ratings on a champion. All right, we have another. Is this a 10 times chance for frickin' Jingle Hunter, bro? Jingle all the way. Here we go. Man, come on. Where's all the legendaries? Mordecai, at least we get a solid epic here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the HP, or the turn meter reduction on the A1. We have the decreased turn meter of all enemies and fill turn meter of all allies. And then we have the burn here. It's crazy, but we talk about like value skyrocketing on so many champions in this game. But now with a hard spider, I hate to say it because I love Mordecai, but I don't think I'll ever be using him again, man. I'm going to go farm with just like nukers. You know, it's very weird, the spider, the hard version of spider, but still great champion. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's a birdcage! Archbishop Pinthroy, one of my favorite legendaries. He's getting empowered, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a champion who I just put a guide out on the Raid Champion Guides YouTube channel. I'll stop plugging it, I promise. It's $100 for charity, guys. Attacks one enemy, transfers one random debuff from this champion to the target. 100% chance of, or excuse me, I'm so used to reading 75 and just assuming we can book it up to 100. 75% chance of stealing a random buff from the target. On the A2, Holy Word. This is one of my favorite abilities in the game, guys. We get increased accuracy on all allies. On a 3-turn cooldown, how many champions have a big version of increased accuracy on a 3-turn cooldown? Kazar Deepheart? Lady Kimmy's on a 4-turn cooldown. I'm sure there's a couple of others out there, but I'm not thinking of many. We got a heal reduction on all enemies for 2 turns. We got a block buffs for 2 turns as well. Increased accuracy, a decent attack. For a support champion, he can put out a little bit of damage too. It's really nice. And then on Gleam of Glory, we have a heal by 30% of their max HP. 30% is a really solid heal on an AoE. And then we get increased defense. Granted, it's 30% of their max HP, but it's still a really solid heal. We get 60% increased defense, all allies for 2 turns. And then if 4 or more allies are alive, we get a shield equal to 30% of the max HP on top of it all. I prefer to run him in Relentless, try to get this down to a 3-turn cooldown with those extra turns, and then removes all decreased defense, and we can debuff from this champion at the start of each turn. I really, really love this dude. He also has accuracy in all battles by 50 as well. Archbishop, that's a good start, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back Legos, no such luck. We got old Gruckus. What does he do again? He's got the triple leech. He's got the decreased speed. And then he's got the decreased target's turn meter, single target 3-turn cooldown. Then the harsh discipline and AoE, decrease attack, heal reduction. Not bad. Not a bad champion, right? Not a great champion, but not a bad champion. All right, who else we got here? Oh, Chani's an interesting one. She's a champion that I haven't built, but I want to start with a passive. Immune to decreased accuracy debuffs, increases champion's crit rate by 0.5% for each point of accuracy they have. That's a very unique ability there. An AoE, 75% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs by 1 turn on Shower of Misery on a 3-turn cooldown. And then an increased accuracy, increased attack on her, Selfish.
Just trying to survive.
And then attacks 1 enemy. HP burn if the attack is critical. And then a poison sensitivity on the A1. I don't know, man. Some people hate on her. Some people like her. I kind of fell right in the middle. But Hoskarul, I love this dude, man. He's a defense-based champion. He's got the stun on the A1, 40% chance. The AoE, 75% stun on a 3-turn cooldown out of an epic. Man, they didn't make epics that way back in my day when I started playing in August 3rd of 2019. I know that from my anniversary video. We get the stun. We get decrease the turn meters of enemies under stun by 15%. That's a really solid control ability there. And then remove all stun debuffs from all allies, place an increased defense, increased resistance. Not too many AoE increased resistance champions, albeit on a 4-turn cooldown. And immune to stun, increase the damage inflicted by all allies by 15% when attacking enemies under stun. So I really like that dude, man. I really do. All right, here we go. We get Ursine Ice Crusher. His claim to fame is the first champion with an AoE decreased crit rate. I think he's the first champion with decreased crit rate, period, added to the game. And probably there's not that many still to this day. We have Corpse Collector, not too interesting to me. Next up, come on, man. It's too many pulls without the legendaries, man. We're supposed to get guaranteed 3. Ruella. Now, this is a champion I can't wait. I already have her maxed. I don't have her built yet, though. You ever do that? You ever max out a champion, like during Clan vs. Clan or something like that? And then they're just sitting there naked on your champion roster. You never get around to actually putting the artifacts on them and getting the masteries and everything. That's where I am right now with Ruella. She's pretty cool. She got amazing for kind of old school Fire Knight. Triple hitter, reduced turn meter, then another triple hitter with decreased defense, weaken, and decreased speed. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, but boy, what a great ability. And then fills the turn meter of all allies and places an increased crit rate on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. What a great champion. Ruella, I'm going to give an A to, A grade, based on just looks alone on her kit, right? Hey, it's Ashma. Okay, I haven't even taken a big look at this champion. She looks really cool, man. Attack-based champion. She's got a 2-time hitter with a poison on the A1, 30% chance on each hit. On the A2, 3-turn cooldown when booked, AoE, big version of weaken. Then on the A3, attacks 1 enemy, decreasing duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. 100% chance when booked of increasing the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. And then heals the champion by 3% of max HP whenever an enemy receives damage from a poison debuff. Seems like an okay champion to me. Doesn't get me super excited, but this gets me super excited. It's Ragash! Dude! Talk about a broken champion, guys. He's one of the best out there, man. That's $200 for charity. This guy is a 5 out of 5 in my opinion. He really is. He really is. It should be illegal how good this dude is. I'm dead serious. I'm not being hyperbolic to you guys. He's got defense in all battles on the aura. He's got a 2-time hitter with an increased defense, a big version on himself, on a defense-based kind of nuker debuffer, support, I got it all, because I'm Ragash. Dude, that's insane. He's bringing increased defense on his A1 to himself. I love it. And then we got an AoE attack on the Fur Typhoon. This attack smacks hits very hard. He's a nuker and a debuffer and a support. That's nuts. An AoE, decreased defense on all enemies, and then 100% stun for 1 turn after attacking on a 3-turn cooldown. So you're telling me he's got a 3-turn, 100% stun, a ton of damage based on defense and a decreased defense? But it keeps getting better. We have the A3 here. We get the strengthened big version, increased speed big version, and then a perfect veil on himself for 4 turns. Dude, this is a champ, man. Art of Stealth passive. At the end of each turn, places a perfect veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the highest attack. Why not protect our nukers while we're at it? Inflicts 20% more damage against targets whose defense is lower than this champion's. Oh my word, man. I gotta do an updated guide on Ragash. He's so good. He is so good. All right, we got 2. I'm feeling a little bit better. Royal Guard, what's up, man? You guys know what Royal Guard does, right? All right, next up, Legendary. I smell another Legendary. It's, another really good epic. I'll tell you what, guys. We hit a couple home runs on the Legendaries, but this is another epic. It's probably the 3rd that I'm going to gush over here. Morag Bronzelock. Very cool champion. Another defense-based hard hitter. 2 times attack with Ignore Shield on the A1. An AoE attack. 3-turn cooldown based on defense with a big version of Strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. Unless I'm mistaken, there is no epic champion that has a big version of Strengthen on a 3-turn cooldown, except for Morag Bronzelock. And she has a team up with 2 random allies to attack a single enemy, so an ally attacker grants an extra turn if the enemy is killed on a 4-turn cooldown. It's only 2 allies, but it's still a decent ally attack to complement an already strong kit. Counterattacks when hit under a strengthen placed by this champion, so she's counterattacking with that hard-hitting A1, ignoring shield buffs. I really love that champion, man. Some really solid epics in today's video. And another one! Come on! Oh, it's Herndig! What's up, Herndig? I have Herndig on my free-to-play, but not on the main, but now I do, baby! I really love this guy, and I have not had a chance to play around with him at all because the free-to-play life, I have no legendary skill tomes, and he's only level 50 because I don't have any chickens or food.
I'm broke. Money, 0.
Attacks 1 enemy, grants an extra turn, decreases the cooldown of Stasis Strike skill by 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy. Okay. Stasis Strike is his A3. On his A2, an AoE, decreased defense, decreased accuracy, great ability, and it does a lot of damage. But it keeps getting better because Stasis Strike, again, attacks all enemies if the attack is critical. So scroll down over here to the Ascended version. Fully depletes target's turn meter, places a weaken, an HP burn for 2 turns after the attack on enemies whose turn meter is below 30%. Oh my word, dude. That's a really, really crazy ability. And then fills his champion's turn meter by 10% every time they're hit. Occurs once per hit. Also fills his champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally dies. You guys tell me, you Herndig lovers out there, you tell me how good this dude is, please. Make me feel even better about my amazing pull in the comments below. That's $300 for charity. And another one! It is a whole string, the Smoke Monster. Come on, Osama, my lovely editor. Do the Smoke Monster. Anybody watch Lost? He's got the Smoke Monster coming from a man. I'm so outdated in my TV show references. Talking about Lost here in 2023. I think that Whole String is incredibly underrated and sucks. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. He can put out some crazy damage for a single target damage dealer. Let's look at his kit really quickly here. And I did a guide on him so you guys can see the whole review, but I was like shocked at how much damage he put out. But he still is like, what is his purpose anyway? Like, even if he can put out like a decent amount of damage. Anyway, attacks 2 times at random, increase attack buff on the champion for 2 turns if the attack is critical. On the A2, 3 times at random on a 3-turn cooldown, ignore 25% of target's defense under Hex. We'll ignore a further 25% target's defense against under Hex debuffs from the Bannerlord and Knights Revenant factions. Then he has a 4-time hitter on his A3 ability. Each has a 100% chance when boot to placing Hex for 3 turns. Champions from Bannerlords, Knights, Revenant factions cannot resist. Each hit also has a 100% chance of stealing 25% of the target's turn meter, steals 50% against those factions. If the champion's turn meter is 75% or more after the steal, plays a perfect veil on the champion for 2 turns. If the champion attacks 2 targets under Hex debuffs during the same turn, perfect veil on the champion for 1 turn, will not count counterattacks, increase critical damage by 30% when attacking under a perfect veil. Whew. Man, that's like reading a novel, reading that dude's kit. But he's a good champion, man. I mean, he's not. Oops, I stand corrected.
What?
That wasn't real. Who cares?
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
He's not that good of a champion, but he's really fun and sneaky damage. Tarshan, an AoE weaken, and then increased defense with a turn meter fill. I think that Tarshan's a pretty solid champion. I would give him like a B, B-. Brings a lot to the table, right? Certainly good for faction wars. Let's get out of here. All right, let's keep it going. One more legendary, please. Okay. We have like 5 shots here, guys. Let's do it. Basilisk, love his A1. Hard-hitting A1 ability. There is a secret room that's Lizard Men Epics only on one of the Doom Tower hard tracks. That Basilisk can like one-man clear it. You can put him in a stun set, or you can just go all-out savage. But really, really strong whirling axe, ability. And I just use the A2 for a stun, guaranteed place stun on a target. And then he has that revival too when he's killed. I think he's not like, out of this world good, but he's definitely a champion that you can get some utility out of. Venasil, I think he's been power crept a bit. He does have increased defense and a heal on a 3-turn cooldown, that a really bad wither ability on the very, very weak hitting 5-turn cooldown on that. Nah. There's better options. Back when I started playing this game though, there wasn't that many champions that even epics that had the big version of increased defense. Wuji has a block bust for 2 turns on an AoE. Not bad. She's got a, 75% chance of landing that. And then a perfect veil counterattack on this champion, which leads into more weakens. Will attack all enemies instead of 1 when counterattacking with this skill. I heard, you guys can let me know in the comments, I've heard that Wuji is actually a really crazy damage dealer. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. We get Vala. I like Vala. Defense-based, decreased defense champion. And then we get, okay. You know what, guys? I'm going to go one more quick. We have 2 spots left. Let me get 2 sacred shards. I'll be right back. All right, guys, can we get 5? Can we defy the odds and get 5 legendaries? Let's quickly get these champion chase goodies here. We get some Supreme Elhain. We get some legendary skill tomes. And hopefully we stay in that #1 spot. Let's go ahead and try to pad that lead with another legendary or 2. Let's do it. Here we go. Boom. Okay, epic. And it is Anax, a champion that I really want to do a guide on soon. And then, boom, we do it! It's Nogdar the Headhunter. Nogdar, I have a soft spot for Nogdar. Let's be real here. Who do we pull? Nogdar and Holstring, and then we have Herndig and Archmage, Archbishop, whatever. But who's our other dude? It's Ragash! Dude, Nogdar the Headhunter, really cool. I'm gonna do a guide on him soon on the other channel. In a frenzy set, because he's sacrificing his HP all over the place. He had his moment in the sun too. He had his moment to shine when he could like one-shot Sand Devil, right? And I put a video out. I think that video is still up actually. It was a bug where he could just like 1 second every level of Sand Devil. But anyway, revives the champion with 50% HP and 50% turn meter when he's killed if all of the allies are alive. Really, really cool. And then with him constantly sacrificing his HP as well, again, in a frenzy set, it's just absolutely bonkers what he can do. All that being said, doesn't really have a purpose in the game other than like faction wars or just wave clearing, damage dealing. So he's kind of, he's really fun. Really cool. And sometimes that's what you're looking for from a champion in this game. That was a really, really good haul, guys. That's $500 for charity for Against Malaria. Again, you guys can go ahead and check that link out in the show notes below. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video, guys. Let me know if you pulled, and if so, who'd you pull? Appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one. And as always, take care, guys.